You think you've seen everything. You think the secrets are buried, the receipts deleted, the scandals exhausted. But just when fans thought the saga was finally cooling down, another tape has allegedly surfaced, and this one has everyone holding their breath. Social media is on fire, timelines are moving faster than anyone can refresh, and the whispers are getting louder by the second. Kirk and Kendra, two names already soaked in controversy, are suddenly dragged back into the spotlight they swore they were done with. And just when it couldn't get messier, young Jock's name pops up, leaving fans stunned and scrambling for answers. It started late at night. One cryptic post, no context, just a grainy clip, a timestamp, and a caption that read, "Y'all really thought this was over?" Within minutes, fans were shocked. Emotions ran high. Comment sections exploded with accusations, disbelief, and wild theories. Was it real? Was it staged? Or was this the missing puzzle piece no one saw coming? Behind closed doors, panic set in. Phones rang nonstop. Voices were raised. Trust cracked. Sources close to the situation, or so they claim, say Kirk went completely silent, while Kendra allegedly spiraled, demanding to know who leaked what and why now. Friends picked sides. Family members were dragged into the mess. And the internet? The internet showed no mercy. Then came the twist no one expected. A familiar voice in the background of the alleged tape. A laugh fans recognized instantly. That's when the name dropped, Young Jock. And with that single moment, the narrative shifted. What was once a two-person scandal suddenly turned into a full-blown triangle of tension, betrayal, and unanswered questions. Fans replayed the clip frame by frame, swearing they heard more than what was visible. Screenshots flew. Old interviews resurfaced. Nothing felt accidental anymore. As speculation grew, emotions boiled over. Allegiances were tested. Long-held secrets threatened to spill. And while no one had confirmed anything, the damage was already done. Reputations felt fragile. Relationships looked strained. And the family was left divided before anyone could even agree on the truth. So buckle up, because if you think this story is just about a tape, you're dead wrong. This is about pride, pressure, and what happens when the past refuses to stay buried. And trust me, this is only the beginning. By sunrise, the damage was already done. Kirk sat alone in his car, engine running, phone face down on the passenger seat like it might explode if he touched it. Notifications had stacked into the hundreds overnight. Missed calls, texts from numbers he hadn't saved, old friends, new enemies, blogs, group chats lighting up like fireworks. Every vibration felt like an accusation. Inside the house, Kendra paced the living room, barefoot, hair pulled back tight, jaw clenched so hard it ached. The TV played muted gossip clips on loop, her own name splashed across the screen in bold letters. She didn't need sound. She already knew what they were saying. "This is insane," she snapped into her phone. "I told you that footage was gone." On the other end, a shaky voice replied, "It was. At least I thought it was. Somebody's playing chess, not checkers." Kendra stopped pacing. "Chess?" she repeated coldly. "No, this is revenge." Across town, fans were already choosing sides. Some defended her fiercely, swearing the tape was edited, manipulated, fake. Others weren't buying it, digging up old interviews, screenshots, moments that suddenly felt suspicious in hindsight. Emotions ran high as hashtags trended within hours. Everyone had an opinion, and nobody was waiting for facts. Kirk finally picked up his phone. The first call he answered wasn't from Kendra. It was his sister. "Tell me it's not what it looks like," she said without greeting. Kirk exhaled slowly. "It's never what it looks like." That's not an answer. Before he could respond, the call dropped. Another buzz came in immediately. "Kendra this time. Where are you?" she demanded the moment he answered. "Driving." "Driving where?" "Away from cameras." Silence stretched between them, heavy and loaded. "They're saying you knew," Kendra finally said. "They're saying you set this up." Kirk laughed once, sharp and humorless. "And they're saying you brought Jock into it on purpose. See how that works? That name again. Like gasoline on an open flame." Meanwhile, young Jock was waking up to chaos of his own. His phone had been ringing nonstop since dawn. Managers, friends, even distant relatives asking the same question: "What's going on?" He leaned back on his couch, replaying the clip everyone was obsessing over. The laugh, the shadowy figure, the voice fans swore was his. "That ain't me," he muttered. But doubt crept in anyway. Because even if it wasn't him, it sounded close enough to spark a war. By midday, speculation evolved into accusation. A so-called industry insider dropped a livestream, claiming the tape was only part one. Fans were shocked when they hinted at more footage, more names, more secrets. The chat went wild. Kendra watched the stream, nails digging into her palm. They're bluffing, she told herself. But her eyes betrayed her fear. She called Kirk again. This time, he answered immediately. We need to talk. In person. About what? He shot back. Which lie we're supposed to stick to? Her voice cracked. Don't do that. Then don't act like I'm the only one exposed here. Across the city, family members began to feel the fallout. Kendra's cousin posted a vague message about truth always coming to light. Kirk's brother unfollowed him. Group chats went silent. The family was left divided, not knowing who to believe or who to protect. And then came another twist. A former friend of Kendra's, someone fans barely remembered, uploaded a cryptic video. No names, no proof, just a warning. You don't know half of it, she said into the camera. And the people you trust the most? They're the ones who flipped. The internet exploded again. Kirk slammed his steering wheel when he saw it. This is spiraling, he muttered. Young Jock finally broke his silence, posting a short message that only fueled the fire. Funny how my name always pops up when Cloud is involved. Fans dissected every word. Was he denying? Deflecting? Hinting? Kendra threw her phone onto the couch, tears finally spilling over. Anger, fear, humiliation, it all collided at once. They're enjoying this, she whispered. They want me to crack. Outside her window, a car slowed down. Someone filming, someone watching, and somewhere behind the scenes, the person who leaked the tape smiled, knowing exactly what was coming next. Because this wasn't about exposure anymore. It was about control, and the next reveal would change everything. By nightfall, the city felt smaller, tighter, like every streetlight was a spotlight and every shadow had a phone pointed at it. Kendra finally agreed to meet Kirk, but only on neutral ground. No homes, no studios, no familiar places where memories could sneak in and soften the edges. They chose a quiet lounge tucked behind a closed restaurant, the kind of place where rumors usually start and end in the same booth. When Kirk walked in, heads turned. Fans might not have been there physically, but their presence lingered in the air. He slid into the booth across from Kendra, studying her face like he was trying to recognize someone he used to know. You look tired, he said. She laughed bitterly. You look guilty. See how perception works? Emotions ran high instantly. So you're really gonna sit there and act like this isn't connected to you? Kendra snapped. That tape didn't just float onto the internet. And you're really gonna pretend Jock's name just magically appeared? Kirk fired back. Come on, Kendra. Somebody benefited from this. Benefited? Her voice dropped low. My name is getting dragged. My family won't answer my calls. I lost 2 brand deals today. Yeah, he said, leaning back. And I'm being painted like the mastermind behind something I don't even fully understand. Silence followed, thick and uncomfortable. Meanwhile, online detectives were working overtime. Fans stitched together timelines, old clips, interviews from years ago where certain glances suddenly felt loaded. We missed this, one fan commented. It was always there. Others accused blogs of manufacturing drama for clicks, but even they couldn't look away. Young Jock sat in a recording studio, surrounded by people who suddenly felt unsure. His manager paced. You gotta say more, the manager insisted. This silence is making it worse. Jock rubbed his temples. Every time I speak, they twist it. Yeah, but right now, they're writing the story without you. That hit him. Back at the lounge, Kendra's phone buzzed. She glanced down, her face draining of color. What? Kirk asked. She posted, Kendra whispered. Who? The one I warned you about. The former friend's video had a follow-up. This time, names were hinted at. Dates blurred just enough to be deniable. And one line sent shockwaves through the fandom. Ask yourself why certain people were so calm when the tape dropped. Fans were shocked. Kirk stood abruptly. That's it. She's lying. You don't know that, Kendra shot back. You weren't there for everything. That sentence landed like a slap. What's that supposed to mean? He demanded. Kendra hesitated. For the first time, her anger faltered. It means, maybe we both know this story didn't start with the tape. Across town, Kendra's mother sat at her kitchen table, staring at her phone. Family group chats had turned toxic. Accusations, defenses, ultimatums. The family was left divided, unsure whether to circle the wagons or demand answers. You need to call her, a relative urged. I don't know what to say, her mother replied softly. I don't even know what's true. Back online, fans began turning on each other. Stop blaming her. Hold him accountable. Why is Jock quiet? The drama fed itself. Then came the leak no one saw coming. An anonymous email hit multiple blogs at once. Screenshots, voice notes, blurry but damning. Not enough to confirm anything, but enough to reopen every wound. Kirk saw them while sitting in his car again, hands shaking. That's edited, he said out loud, though no one was there. Kendra saw them and felt her stomach drop. One message looked familiar. Too familiar. She called him immediately. You recognize that, don't you? She asked. He didn't answer right away. That's what I thought, she said, voice cracking. Young Jock finally went live that night. The room behind him was dim, his expression serious. I'm not gonna let my name get dragged without speaking, he said. I don't know who wants this mess, but I ain't the villain in nobody's story. Fans flooded the chat. Some believed him instantly. Others accused him of deflection. Emotions ran high again. As the livestream ended, another account posted a countdown. 3 days. No explanation. Just a ticking clock. Kendra stared at it, heart pounding. They're not done, she whispered. Kirk watched it too, realizing something cold and terrifying. This wasn't random. This was planned. And whoever was behind it knew all their weak spots. The countdown changed everything. 3 days felt like 3 years when every second came with speculation, fear, and pressure. Blogs camped on the story. Commentators dissected body language like it was a crime scene. Fans were shocked by how fast the narrative kept shifting, and with each tick of the clock, the tension tightened like a noose. Kendra stopped sleeping. Every time her phone buzzed, her heart jumped. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw headlines that didn't exist yet but felt inevitable. She replayed every conversation from the past, every choice she thought was buried. The scariest part wasn't what people already knew, it was what they might still find out. Her sister finally showed up unannounced. You're spiraling, she said, taking Kendra's phone and placing it face down on the table. How can I not? Kendra snapped. They're counting down my life. Her sister lowered her voice. Then tell the truth, whatever it is. Kendra laughed hollowly. You think the truth saves people in situations like this? Across town, Kirk was making moves of his own. Quiet ones. Strategic ones. He met with a crisis team, people who spoke in calm tones and worst-case scenarios. You need to control the narrative, one advisor said. Because right now, you look reactive. What if the narrative hurts someone else? Kirk asked. The advisor didn't blink. This isn't about someone else anymore. This is about survival. That night, Kirk posted a statement. Long, emotional, carefully worded. I've made mistakes in my life, it began. But I will not accept false narratives built on edited clips and anonymous sources. Fans were split instantly. Some praised his composure. Others accused him of dodging accountability. Emotions ran high again, and the comments reflected it. Young Jock watched the reaction closely. Something about the timing didn't sit right with him. They're forcing hands, he told a friend. This countdown? It's bait. And if it is? The friend asked. Jock's jaw tightened. Then somebody's about to get exposed for real. Day 2 arrived with another twist. The former friend went live again, this time visibly emotional. I didn't want it to go this far, she said, tears streaking her face. But I'm tired of being painted as a liar. She claimed she'd been threatened. Silenced. Paid off once before. The internet lost its mind. Kendra felt physically sick watching it. She's rewriting history, Kendra whispered. And people are believing it. Her phone rang. Kirk, you seeing this? He asked. Yes. She's pointing the finger at you. Kendra swallowed. She's pointing it at both of us. Silence followed. Then Kirk said something that shifted everything. I think it's time we stop protecting each other. Kendra closed her eyes. So that's what this is. It's what it has to be, he replied. That night, fans noticed something else. Young Jock had unfollowed both of them. Screenshots spread like wildfire. Why now? Fans asked. What does he know? Behind the scenes, Jock was preparing his own statement, one that wouldn't just deny, it would redirect. The final day of the countdown arrived. Blogs promised a career-ending reveal. Fans were glued to their screens. The family was left divided, some praying nothing dropped, others bracing for impact. At exactly midnight, the account behind the countdown posted again. But instead of footage, it was a name. Not Kirk, not Kendra, not young Jock. A name nobody expected. Someone from the inner circle. Someone who'd been trusted by all three. The comments exploded. Confusion, shock, realization. Kendra gasped. It was them? Kirk stared at his screen, numb. Young Jock leaned back, letting out a slow breath. I knew it. The power shifted instantly. The villain wasn't who fans thought. But the damage? Already done. And now the question wasn't who leaked the tape, it was why. The name sat on everyone's screen like a loaded weapon. Within minutes, fans were shocked. Theories flipped overnight. Old villains became victims, and supposed victims suddenly looked complicit. Comment sections turned chaotic as people scrambled to understand how someone so close, someone trusted, could have been pulling the strings the entire time. Kendra felt her knees weaken. She sank onto the couch, staring at the name like it might blink away. All this time, she whispered. They were right there. Her phone rang again and again, but she couldn't bring herself to answer. Friends who had sworn loyalty now wanted explanations. Family members demanded clarity. The family was left divided even further, some furious that she hadn't seen it sooner, others heartbroken that she'd been betrayed so deeply. Kirk reacted differently. He got angry. I knew something felt off, he snapped during a hastily arranged call with his advisors. They had access to everything. Conversations, files, schedules. One advisor nodded, which means they didn't just leak one thing. They curated a narrative. That word echoed. Curated. Meanwhile, the person named went silent. No posts, no denials, no explanations. And that silence spoke louder than any statement ever could. Young Jock moved quickly. He called an emergency meeting and invited cameras. If they want a show, he said flatly, I'll give them one. By the afternoon, a sit-down interview dropped online. Jock looked calm but controlled, the kind of calm that comes right before a storm. I've been quiet because I wanted the truth, he said. Now that we see who was really involved, I need people to understand something. My name was used. Fans leaned in. I trusted that person, Jock continued. I let them around my business, my people. And they took advantage of proximity. The comments flooded in. Sympathy surged, but not everyone was convinced. Back at Kendra's place, she finally answered Kirk's call. They ruined everything, she said, voice trembling. And you're just ready to move on? I'm ready to protect myself, Kirk replied. Because right now, everyone's waiting for the next confession. That sounds like a threat. It's a reality. That night, the former friend deleted her accounts without warning. Fans were shocked again. Why now? Who told her to stop? Is this legal? Speculation spiraled. Emotions ran high. Some fans celebrated, believing justice was finally close. Others worried the truth would never fully come out. Then came the confrontation no one expected, live, unscripted, and impossible to ignore. Kendra went live. No glam, no filter, just raw emotion. I've been silent because I was scared, she admitted. Scared of losing everything. But silence hasn't protected me. Her voice shook as she spoke about betrayal, about trusting the wrong people, about watching her life unravel online. I didn't leak anything, she said firmly. But I also didn't see what was happening right next to me. And that's on me. Fans flooded the chat with hearts, questions, accusations, support. Then someone asked about Kirk. Kendra hesitated. We're not on the same page, she said carefully. And I don't know if we ever will be again. That answer lit another fire. Within hours, Kirk posted a response video of his own. I'm not here to play victim, he said. But I won't carry blame that isn't mine. The divide became official. Fans picked sides. Friends distanced themselves. The family was left divided publicly now, not just behind closed doors. And just when it felt like the storm might finally slow, a legal document surfaced. Cease and desist letters had been sent. Not to bloggers, not to fans, but to someone very close. The message was clear. This drama was no longer just entertainment. It was war. And just like that, the dust still hasn't settled. What started as whispers and a shadowy clip turned into a full-blown storm that shook relationships, reputations, and trust to its core. Another tape allegedly exposed, old alliances fractured, and familiar names dragged back into a spotlight they desperately tried to escape. Kirk and Kendra found themselves standing on opposite sides of a narrative neither of them fully controlled anymore, while young Jock's name popping up sent shockwaves through fans who never expected him to be part of the conversation at all. Emotions ran high at every turn. From sleepless nights and frantic phone calls to public statements carefully crafted to survive the court of public opinion, nothing about this saga was simple. Fans were shocked by how fast loyalty shifted, friends became suspects, inner circle confidants became alleged masterminds, and silence spoke louder than any denial. The family was left divided, not just privately but in front of millions, as every move was dissected and every pause was questioned. And even now, questions linger. Was the tape the real weapon, or just a distraction from something bigger? Did Kirk and Kendra truly protect each other until survival forced their hands, or was betrayal inevitable from the start? And what about young Jock? Was his name dragged into the chaos intentionally, or was he collateral damage in someone else's long game? Fans are still debating, still replaying clips, still reading between lines that may or may not even exist. What makes this story hit harder is that there's no clean ending. No neat bow. Legal threats loom, silence replaces statements, and the people at the center of the drama are left navigating a reality where trust feels expensive and privacy feels impossible. One thing is clear. Even if no more footage ever drops, the impact has already been felt. relationships are changed, reputations are bruised, and the internet, once again, proved it never forgets. Now here's where you come in. If you've been glued to this story, if you've found yourself picking sides, changing your mind, or questioning everything you thought you knew, you're not alone. This is the kind of drama that thrives on conversation, and we want to hear what you think. Do you believe the explanations we've seen so far? Who do you think was really in control the whole time? And do you think this saga is truly over, or are we just waiting for the next bombshell? If this story had you hooked, make sure you hit that like button. It lets us know you want more deep dives like this. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapter, because if history tells us anything, silence never lasts forever. And most importantly, drop your thoughts in the comments. Say what everyone else is afraid to say. Agree, disagree, debate, just keep it respectful and real. Because in this world of reality-style drama, one thing is certain. Today's exposed secret is tomorrow's unanswered question. And the spotlight? It's never really turned off.